boys and girls, tip of the day. To clear what many people call a double feed, which is when you have one in the chamber and one sitting in the top of the magazine, it's actually a failure to extract, therefore causing a failure to eject. Call it whatever you want. So here's the deal. Tap and rack, always the go-to. So when that fails, lots of teachings out here are telling people to lock the slide back, drop the magazine, rack, put the new one in, chamber. Okay, cool, fine. So why not? And these are dummy rounds, by the way. So why not do this? Let's set him up again. We're gonna drop this one in the pipe. Magazine in, drop the slide. Tap rack, fails. So the fastest way for me to get this running again is rip the magazine out, which will then cause the slide to go forward and the extractor to hook the case rim. We're going to reinsert this magazine unless I'm in some situation where I might want to top it off, tactical reload, whatever it is. So just for the mechanics of this, we're going to rip the magazine. That allows the slide to go forward and the extractor hook the case rim. We're immediately going to reinsert the magazine, and then we're going to rack the slide and chamber it, which will then clear the old round out and chamber it again. So here we go. I'm pushing the mag button, or the mag release button, nothing happening. I'm going to rip it. Watch this. Rip. Oh boy, it closed. Replace. Rack. Okay, now that's a Glock 19X. Let me shift gears here. Let's move this dude out of the way. Okay, now we got a Glock 43X. We're gonna, as you can see, it's empty. So we're gonna drop one in the pipe. We're gonna put a mag in. Drop the slide. This is a pretty new gun too. A little stiff. It does not matter. Okay, pushing the button, nothing coming. So I could lock the slide back, drop the mag, rack, put it back in, all that stuff. Or I can simply rip it, replace it, and rack it. Now, let's talk about this. My Glock 19X occasionally has a tendency to want to lift up the, let me set this up again, guys. Boom. Drop him in there, drop the slide. Okay. If I don't do this like I mean business, I'm going to do this like I'm weak or I'm whatever. I'm going to just ease him out. Oh, look at the mag. Look at the thing. Still not the end of the day. Watch this. Right back in there, boys. Rack. And she's clear. If tap and rack fails you, rip, replace, rack. That being said, both of these guns are going to have different personalities. They're going to have different ways that they function as far as their little quirks, if you will. So I already know. If you fool with your gun enough, you're already going to know those quirks. Muscle memory, it is what it is, dude. Rip, replace, rack. Okay, now before I bid you farewell, let's do it one-handed. I'm going to drop one in the old pipe. Drop the slide. Okay. One-handed, I should be able to clear this on whatever, under stress or whatever, in 5 seconds or less. I'm sitting at a desk today scratching around. So here we go. Nothing happening, right? So without going in the floor into a kneeling position, I'm gonna use my arm as my leg, okay? So you're gonna transition to cover, down on the kneel, whichever side, left or right, whatever you're working on. You're gonna push the mag release button right over the edge of the knee with the wrist. Check this out. Whoop, magazine flew out of there. Now, it's on the deck. So I drop the gun on the deck, I pick up the magazine, I put him back in one-handed, and then I rack him on my pants or whatever it is, and I'm chambered again. So, she'll be able to do that one-handed as well, boys. Yeah, so that's the quickest way to get it done. Do it with your gun, though. I have had some guns that when you rip that out, the top round in the mag will stick up. Guess what? Quick thumb sweep, done. So you're only going to know that when you spend time with your particular weapon manipulating it. So get you some dummy rounds and play with this thing all the time. Adios.